And I actually have the opportunity to be here with Shana Veale, who is the CFO of PharmChem. Shana, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So I know we're going to dive deep into the LCS offering, but before we do, let's give the viewers a bit of an overview of PharmChem.
Okay, so PharmChem, we are the manufacturer and sole distributor of the PharmCheck sweat patch. So what the sweat patch does is it's placed on the arm for 7 to 10 days, and it collects the sweat of the wearer, and then that patch is sent to the lab to then test for any illegal drugs that the wearer may have done in that 7 to 10 days. And this is used mostly in the criminal justice arena, probation, pretrial, for monitoring to keep people, try and keep them out of the system and out of trouble.
Sounds like something very needed.
Yes.
Absolutely. So obviously we're here at SuiteWorld. How are you using NetSuite to run your business?
Okay, so we just switched to NetSuite on 1/1 of this year, actually, so we're very new. So we're using all the features, the accounting feature, the CRM feature. We've added the Dunning module, we've added the commission module. So we're trying to just embrace everything that NetSuite has to offer. Yeah, so that's...
Keep embracing it. Yeah. Keep embracing it. I love it. I love it. So I'm also curious, how has education, since this is something that you are, still learning, but how has education played a role in your NetSuite journey, and how would you advise other people on that?
So, starting the process of the NetSuite, we did all of the LCS pre-training, all of the videos that were self-taught to make sure that all the admin kind of knew how the system was looking, kind of what to expect. And then we did all of the customization, all of the user acceptance training. And then once we went live, we used the LCS live training blocks of time. And so we worked with Darlene Kendrick, who is amazing. I'm going to give her a shout out because she's amazing. So she took the time to learn our actual system in like a week's time. So we have very customized things that we needed that aren't typical. So she took the time, went into our actual system, learned it to be able to then teach it to our salespeople. And that just blew me away, that it wasn't just, we're going to teach you out of the box process and a standard system. No, she went into our system. And then we had written some SOPs as we were trying to build and learn how we did it. Well, she reviewed those and made changes where she saw necessary to help benefit us going forward. And she did that on her own accord.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yes.
That's all it's about. So how did you use the LCS for the initial adoption?
So for the initial adoption, we used mostly the live training. We used her as our resource. We tried to go into the on-demand training. I did use some of those to try and do some of the more specialized, like how to run a campaign, because we did that right out of the gate. Nobody talked to us about that, so I kind of had to figure out how to write code in the background, of which I don't know how to do any of that. So,
not yet. We'll teach you one day. Not yet, though, but we'll teach you.
That's okay. I'm learning slowly. But, so I had a question on that. I thought I did it, and then I had a question. I was like, I don't think I did it right. So she was there. She's been a great resource for us. I did go to the on-demand and kind of watch the video for that one portion. I was like, okay, I think I got it. And then I tried it, and then I was like, I didn't have it. So then I had to ask her how to help me fix the one thing. It was one thing I did wrong. So yeah, so we use her as often as we run into trouble right now, which is mainly me.
Oh. Yeah. And this is live, so you heard it, everybody. You heard it. So I guess I'm also curious because, again, you guys are embracing it, but how did you use LCS to drive continued growth, not just with your team, but the company as well?
So we just hired 4 salespeople in October, and then we went live in January. So everybody's new to the system, everybody's still new to the company. So we are embracing NetSuite in the CRM function, which we didn't have previously. So we're using the LCS training to help learn the CRM system to then help our sales team go out and sell the product.
They do it.
Yeah.
They do it. They go out there, they do it. You're just like, let me just get the result so we can keep it moving. I love that. So, I guess obviously it's a process, and we're talking about embracing, and this is something new, but it sounds like it's helping you guys progress. I'm curious, how has it helped you leverage the full capabilities of NetSuite?
So that's kind of on me at the moment. I'm the admin, so I'm the financial person, so I put all the numbers in there, and I'm also trying to figure out how to pull them out usefully. to the board, to management. So, it's a lot of trial and error. It's a lot of, let's click here, let's go there, let's Google, let's go to the help and see if I can find what I'm looking for, find out how to better provide the information upwards. So it's a lot of things that I'm trying to do in learning this new system.
When in doubt, use the Google machine, everybody. When in doubt, use the Google machine. Well, I'm also curious, how does our offering stand out in regards to competitors?
So, I wasn't involved in the initial scoping of systems. I did come back to helpful with, my husband uses one of the competitors, and he told me how much he does not like it, and the why that he does not like it. So I passed that information along, and hopefully that helped make their decision for them.
What's your husband's name?
His name's Joe.
Joe, if you're listening, good job, Joe. Good job. We like you, Joe. So obviously, Joe's like, oh boy. Well, obviously being here in Vegas for SuiteWorld, I'm curious, what is something that you've enjoyed so far here at SuiteWorld?
Oh, I really enjoyed the keynote speaker, both of them, but just the presentation and the ta-da of yesterday's keynote speaker, that blew me away. That was so much fun. It made me kind of miss being in bigger companies, just, a little bit. But, I've enjoyed the keynote speaker. I've learned some things, things I'm going to go back with. I have a list already on my phone of, I'm going to go home and look into these things and see, can we implement them? Are they going to be helpful for us? Or are we too small for them? And, maybe that might be the answer. Yeah. But I have a list. And it's growing every time I go somewhere. Every time I hear anybody talk, I'm like, oh, that sounds like something we could use. I write it down on my list. Yep.
I love that. She has a list. She's ready to go. Well, Shana, thanks so much. We appreciate you taking the time. Enjoy the rest of the conference, okay?